Welcome back, everyone. It's a pleasure and an honor to have you back here as a listener. This episode is one that I'm genuinely excited about. Today, we are going to talk about soul contracts. And not all of them, because we can honestly sit here forever. But we are going to focus on 3 of them today: karmic, soulmate, and twin flame connections. So, first of all, have you ever heard about soul contract before? And why do we have them? Soul contracts are agreements that we make before arriving here in this lifetime, where we have our consciousness. They are connected to lessons of growth, love, support, and guidance. Very often these contracts comes from a past life lessons that were not fully learned, and because of that, the energy still remains in this life, and often shows up even stronger. These contracts are not punishments, they are opportunities for expansion, even if they do not always feel that way. But there's way more depth to them. So, let's get into it. Welcome to the Sixth Sense. Okay, so let's talk about karmic contracts. The one connection we all love. Yeah, I know. But they are necessary, and here's why. First of all, I'm just gonna call them karmics. And the karmics are agreements that were made before incarnation, designed for growth through challenges. These connections exist to resolve unfinished business, repeating patterns, and lessons carried over from a past life or ancestral lines. Have you ever looked back and thought, why did I go down that path? And why did I get into a relationship with that person? Right? On the outside it looked perfect, everything seemed aligned, but after a while it turned into chaos, toxicity, and something deeply unhealthy. And you end up saying to yourself, I should never have gotten together with that person. But here's the thing: regardless of the choice or choices you made, or who you met and got together with, it was aligned and structured with the timelines you were on. It was designed for you two to meet. Neither of you could have fully escaped it. Okay, now you might ask, David, what about free will? And yes, absolutely, you have free will. But guidance from spirit also happens without you always being aware of it. Ideas being planted within you, nudges to follow, impulses and inner pulls. If you have a more developed consciousness, you will feel this happening and have a knowing about it, and hopefully completely move in another direction. But even if you did not follow that exact path, even if you turned left instead of making that right turn you were supposed to, would it have changed anything? And honestly, no. You would have entered another timeline, met someone else carrying the same lessons, same person, different face. Have you ever heard that expression before? Well, it exists for a reason. So, growth through karmic contracts is unavoidable. These relationships are designed to learn, grow, and eventually leave. But many of us hold on. We can hold on because we want love, out of fear, because we are comfortable within the situation, because we accept less than what we deserve, because we attach and even trauma bond to the connection itself. And while this can feel unfair, this is part of why we're here. To grow, to expand, and to raise our vibration to a much higher frequency that elevates. That elevation does far more than more people realize. Not just for you, but for the collective consciousness, for Earth, and for many others around you. We will return to why this matters a little bit later. So, okay, how do they feel then? They are intense, magnetic, and often chaotic. There is a strong pull at the beginning that feels unavoidable, mixed with the frustration, longing, and emotional turbulence. The days goes up and down like a roller coaster from the beginning. There is no real grounding, no lasting peace or harmony within these connections. It's false love with a few aspects of love mixed in it. Okay, so what is the purpose here? It's to teach you boundaries, self-worth, forgiveness, responsibilities, and release. As mentioned before, these connections are not meant to last forever. They are meant to wake you up. Key signs of this. Once the lesson is integrated, the bond naturally dissolves or becomes neutral. Holding on past that point creates suffering, and it usually becomes worse over time. If you're doing your healing work but still refuses to leave, the divine often intervenes. A so-called divine intervention happens. A forced separation where one of you becomes so uncomfortable that it finally makes that choice to leave once and for all. Wasn't that lovely to hear? Regardless of what kind of choice we make, we will go through these connections. But I'm also going to add, because I'm being told to, that if, and I can imagine this to be extremely rare occasions, if you were to put yourself in a state of mind where you connect and learn these lessons from your team instead of learning them through karmic connections, you could actually quantum jump into a higher timeline and completely skip these connections altogether. But, that's the but. That means for someone, or for some reason, being in a state of not being fully awakened, yet seeking this and suddenly making all the right choices while living in a comfortable place, which feels highly unlikely to me. What are your opinions regarding that? Leave a comment in the comment section. I would love to hear from all of you. Okay, so let's move to the next connection. Let's have a look at the connection everyone seeks and wants. Soulmates. So what are they? Well, soulmates are members of your soul family. You will meet many soulmates across your lifetime, as lovers, friends, teachers, children, or even companions. They come in all shapes and sizes. One of the biggest misunderstandings comes from the idea that we only have one soulmate meant for love. This is something Hollywood has created, and it's simply not true. Please leave that idea and erase it completely. We don't have time for that. We have many soulmates in all shapes and forms. Some of them are meant to be romantic connections, absolutely. But are they meant to last forever? Not all of them. Some enter your life to give you tools, support, and elevation to help you move beyond thresholds you cannot cross on your own. We can heal to a certain level ourselves. At that stage, we need to be triggered, and you cannot do that to yourself. So, if you are on your healing journey, this is often the time where soul ties, there's another one, and soulmates will enter your life because karmics, they are no longer in use here anymore, since you have already healed beyond those connections. So you're level up to better connections now. Congratulations. Romantic soulmate connections resides within the healing journey. If you want to meet one, you must heal, elevate, and expand your soul, your heart, and your consciousness. Let me give you this scenario, and be honest with yourself now. At the state you are in today, with your patterns, self-worth, and responsibilities, if you were given the perfect partner, or let's say the perfect healed partner, would you be able to meet them where they meet you today? Or would you fumble the connection? If there is a slight chance of losing this connection, would you want that? Or would you want to be in your happily ever after? Interesting, right? We want you to succeed in these connections and give you what you want in life. And when I say we, that is now spirit speaking through me. So regardless, when you meet a soulmate, some are not meant to last. They are there to push you forward and prepare you for the connection you're truly seeking. So let's go a bit deeper into the understanding of soulmates and soul families and the split of the group itself. Let's speak a bit about soul fragments. Soul fragments, within a family, the split is not equal. One person may hold a larger percentage of a shared soul energy than the others. Let's say this, that two soulmates meet. One got 70% of a soul fragment and the other had 30%. The one with a higher percentage would have a stronger pull to this connection than the other, because that fragment being complete is closer, This is also why some soulmate connections feel almost like a twin flame, because of that split can be, for example, one having 45% and the other having 55%. When the split is closer, the connection becomes extremely intense with a powerful pull from both sides. Beyond this, there's also a deep soulmate connection, ones you have shared many lifetimes with. There is a deep remembrance, a feeling of home, an intense knowing that you may feel like you have known this other person for centuries, even if you've only spoken for a short time. If you've ever seen Dracula, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. Dracula and his Elizabeth, a deep soul connection. If you like the sound of that and you've not met them, raise your vibration. They will enter your life. Okay, so how does this sort of connection feel like? If you are not energy sensitive, there is a familiar, safe and warm feeling. There is an ease and mutual understanding and emotional resonance without drama being the main driver. But if you are energy sensitive, you will feel the energy amplify between you two. The push from spirit to connect is intense. You may feel a strong energetic burning sensation throughout the body. A deep activation and expanded awareness. Deep emotions will start to flow through your body. Try to learn from them and not get consumed by them. They are there to teach you something on a much deeper understanding of emotions and frequencies. Okay, so I would just say this. Grounding is important here, because both of you will naturally rise in energy. Keeping one foot firmly on earth is recommended, even though it feels amazing. Keeping one foot here while we are up in cosmos makes the connection realistic, and it's a must for success. So the purpose here is to walk alongside you, support your growth and help you build a grounded life. Soulmates help you build, not break. And the key signs of this is the connection supports peace, not confusion. Even when it ends, it leaves gratitude rather than wounds. Alright, let's move to the last one. This is a connection I heard many people talk about when I do readings for people. And I must say, many overuse the name, and this is where I want you to keep an open mind of the information I'm about to provide. And this is what I found out about twin flames. So let's get into it. A twin flame is said to be the same soul consciousness split into two polar expressions. This connection is rare and deeply misunderstood, at least in my opinion. Yes, usually these connections happen first at the unhealed state where both will separate. They will be together, but they will separate. And the feminine will, so to say, run, and the masculine will often start to chase that connection as well, with usually a success rate of 0%. Most likely, if they can't succeed with that, they will go and be seeking another connection quite fast after that because of the unhealed state. The feminine itself will start their healing journey and spiritual journey, and as they heal, at a particular vibration, the masculine will start heal through their energetic connection. Like she, and this is not gender specific, of course, activates this process. And that often changes the masculine's understanding of what's going on, and then starts questioning their reality and seeks deeper knowledge and knowing. Then their healing begins as well, the masculines. The masculine might be tested as well a little bit later if he were to separate from the connection he's currently in with a false feminine connection. If the masculine is healed at a state, they won't connect. But if he's not, there will be more lessons taught to help push them to a higher vibration. This occurs if the masculine has difficulties with their healing journey, and it also means that it takes a little bit longer for the real connection to happen. Now, there are a few things here that we need to change in how we view upon this connection, because what I found out is that many people romanticize the twin flame journey, but itself they trauma bond with someone and label it as a twin flame, which itself is very dangerous, and no, it's not recommended. And also, here's something that is rather important, and what I do as well is when I hear information from someone, a reader, whatever it is, Take the information to your guide or your higher team and ask if the information that you just received is true, because you will receive the confirmation or correction from them. Okay, so that's the general knowledge of a twin flame connection and that kind of contract. We have all heard it before, so this isn't truly something new here, but I've done some more digging regarding this connection. So let's get into some more advanced stuff. So the twin flames are part of what is often called the chosen one's journey too. This includes the 144,000, which we've all heard before, which connects to ancient teachings, zodiacal structures, and the 13. They are connected to the 12 tribes of Islam, so to get to the correct number here, we need to take 144,000 and times that 12. This number reaches roughly 1,728,000 souls in total, with about half currently awakened. That is roughly 864,000. So their lives are often difficult from the start. They are here to lead, teach, and bridge science and energy together. They're also here to shift the collective consciousness. Their awakening is rapid and intense when it happens, and they expand their consciousness at a pace that is very hard to understand. These individuals have many gifts, and they hold the possession of true sight and so much more. Their lives are difficult because they need many different tools to be able to connect with as many people as possible. These individuals are very rare, as you can see from the numbers before. If this resonates, and it must come from authenticity and not your ego, then maybe you're one of them. So how do they feel? It's a explosive recognition, deep mirroring, and rapid spiritual awakening. Everything unhealed rises to the surface immediately. And the purpose of this connection itself is not always romantic. It's more focused on ascension than anything else. Twin flames exist to accelerate awakening, dismantle ego structures, and force radical self-honesty. The key signs of this: separation phases are common and necessary. Union only stabilizes when both individuals emotionally mature, sovereign, and whole on their own. Only then does the union occur, and when it does, it usually remains stable. So why do we go through these connections? And why is it so important to learn about energy and your vibration? So let's go a bit more into that sort of teaching now, because it's part of growth. Have you ever met someone and immediately felt calm, peace, harmony, or love around that individual? That is because they emit a high vibration and you're picking up on their energy field and some of their layers. Yes, there are layers to your energy. At a higher vibration, people help others recognize what they are feeling through their individual, and sometimes even seeking to become that themselves. And their vibration also helps Earth heal and raise its own frequency. This is one of many reasons why growth is important, and why especially karmic contracts are important, because they are step one of all of this. This is also why we should learn to appreciate these connections too. Even though the pain, toxicity, and turmoil, we learn to show gratitude for the journey because it took you where you are today. And for some of you who are listening, you already know the rewards of this, and you know that it was worth it regardless of the low vibrations you had to move through. If you are just starting out and you are listening to this right now, keep going. Trust me when I say this, it's going to be worth it. Follow the nudges from spirit, practice meditation, and keep moving forward. You got this. Now it's time to make a short collective reading. So let's have a look and see what's going on within the pool of the collective right now. What I'm tuning into first is that people have been in solitude for quite some time. They learn more things about their light, but to be able to step into that fully, you have to learn to go through your shadow. You are about to also understand that there's no other authority above you, regardless who you meet. There's only universe, God, source, the higher self, whatever you want to call it, right? You only have one authority, and it's them. Patience and planning has been in plan for quite some time regarding going through this solitude season of yours. But now you're about to start be given rewards for your patience. The universe is about to give you harmony in one way or another. I got Ace of Cups coming out with a split to Six of Pentacles. You're about to receive unconditional love through someone else. The way the universe can love you, truly, is through that person. Let's see what else is gonna come out. Let's do another split. I split to 10 of Pentacles. 10 of flipping Pentacles. Harmony. It's what we seek, it's what we want. The people who have done the inner healing and that journey, through solitude, stepped into light through their shadow. You're gonna appreciate this. And when it comes to 10 of Pentacles, it's not always about abundance, it's also about the highest form of energy. So it doesn't mean that you're gonna win a lottery ticket and be able to buy a mansion for whatever ridiculous kind of price. It's also about the energy between you two and this individual of the highest energy. Let's pull some cards. What else is gonna come out? Well, I'm being told as well, before I even read any more cards, stop overthinking. You have a tendency to be up in your mind. It's alright, but learn to step away from the ego. The cards are Justice, Knight of Swords, come on, and the Four of Pentacles. You are too much up in your mind, but you are about to receive justice, so try to disconnect from that. Right? Now we have the Lovers coming out, also with the Fool. So the new experience, it's a completely new experience of love coming forward through harmony with this individual that you're about to meet. It's most likely a soul contract, some sort of soulmate, soul tie, twin flame connection we're talking about here because of the episode. Right? It resonates. Use your discernment, of course, because this is a collective reading. Anything else? Let's go in and see. In my mind's eye, I see tickets, a flight ticket. And I shuffle on the bottom of the deck now. I have 9 of Pentacles. Both unite through solitude. Both individuals are now single. You two are ready for the next chapter. We have Queen of Wands and Ace of Pentacles coming out, right? Opportunity. If you are in overthinking mode of how am I supposed to receive the money, no, disconnect from that, because the universe is gonna hand deliver you the opportunity to have the money to be able to meet them. You don't have to figure out how to, just pull it in. You are deep into your manifesting energy currently. You are magnetizing, or magnetic is the right word I'm seeking here, to be able to pull this in. So why are we overthinking all of a sudden how to, when you are pulling it in automatically? Like, stop it, come on. Now we have the King of Swords with the Knight of Cups. So the individual you are connecting to, what I can feel for this masculine energy that's coming towards you, because you are, the ones who are listening are in your queen era. They are quite, let's say, a logical person. They're very high up there, but I will also say that they're quite mature, is what I'm sensing. They have done the inner journey. They are emotionally mature and they're ready. This is not what we say a toxic Bob, right? They are not a toxic, I don't know, Samantha, Felicia, whatever, or Patricia, you know. They have done the work, this person too. They are very high up. They are on the mountain of their journey, and they are ready to start a new chapter of love. And they're being pulled, Ace of Wands. The pull between you two now intensifies. Right? So the nudges from spirit is gonna start coming forward now. Follow the nudges. If you feel like all of a sudden you can't stop thinking about a person and it feels like you just want to talk with them, that's a nudge that I would recommend you to follow. This is not a past experience anymore at all. Right, that's done deal, especially if you're done the healing journey. This is a secure connection and it's truly aligned. We have the King of Pentacles coming up with the Queen of Wands. This is truly aligned, very secure connection. There's no need to overthink anything here at all. Trust it, go with the flow, and have a good time. I like that energy. The energy now from the collective, it's truly amazing. We are about to create certain things. We're about to change so much about your future. And for some of you now out there are about to enter a connection where we are gonna receive and feel love unconditionally from the universe through another person. Isn't that amazing? I love that for you. Oh, we have now arrived at the end of the episode. I just want to say thank you so much for listening and for staying with me throughout the episode. It's been a pleasure and an honor having you here. If you have any questions at all or just want to leave a comment, I'll be happy to answer them. But the best place to ask your questions is on my TikTok when I'm live. You can find me at The Sixth Sense with underscores instead of space bars, or you simply search for my name on TikTok, David Karpati, or Karpati as the real pronunciation is. I just want to say again, thank you. Until next time, take care of your energy, stay curious and stay connected.